Let's get it.
Yeah,
Yes,
love
sir. We back. We back. Live and lit. Y'all already know. Hey, Bird Gang, go on, kick this thing off, bruh.
it. Hey, man, what's up, guys? We did take a week off, but we are back live and lit and ready to put on another show for you guys. I hope all you guys are ready. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe to all of our channels. You know what I'm saying? We got Miss Nikki. You got to follow her on her IG. We got all that inside the description for you. We got Mr. Warm It Up himself, who definitely needs to warm this show up. And we got
Hey, you already
BJ31
know.
as always. So
Hey,
let's
hey,
get it,
hey.
guys.
Let's check the area up in here. Yeah, warm this thing up, gang. You know what time it is. You know who you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion. Hey, live and lit on the late night. Y'all already know how we getting now. Hey, let's check the 4K though. Y'all know it's late night. Just in case y'all forgot, we making moves.
We still looking fresh.
Hey, check, ring. Check, y'all know we in there, gang. Again, if y'all new to any of these channels, new to this ride, new to my man Bird Gang, go check my girl. Hey, my sis, Eagle sis in the building, Nikki out. Y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe, because y'all know how we coming with it. Hey, look, I'm ready to have some fun, my guy. You already know, look, the moves have been kind of quiet, but we still got a lot to talk about. So let's go and get it, my G.
Yeah, man. The Eagles have definitely not made as many splashes as I would like to see at this day and time. We need to definitely pick up some more players. There are still some free agencies out there. So we need to get it. How we need to wake up and start hitting this telephone. But I do know we are strapped with cash, again. We only got about $20 million left, after the Pascal signing. But let's get into that. How do you guys feel about Zach Pascal from the Coast coming over to the Eagles? For me, one thing about it that I will say, the man can catch the football, and that is a huge problem that we've had with our receiving core over the last, 7 years, probably all the way back to D Jackson, Macklin. We consistent catchers. We got a guy who's a veteran, been in here in the league for 5 years. With Nick Sirianni, he was, he has a 600 yards, 600 to 700 yard receiver, which is good. He's never been the number one on anybody's team, but I think that would be a nice piece to add to our offense. His reliability, his hand reliability is definitely something we need to add to the mix. So, what do you guys feel about it?
I have to agree with you. I feel pretty good about it. He's not a number one player. Obviously, he has his weaknesses. He's not like a spectacular athlete, but great hands. And, I loved watching the Colts this past season. They just have a lot of talent there, so he didn't get as much attention, I would say, as like a Jonathan Taylor. But he also isn't afraid to be a blocking receiver, and I think that's something we really need on our team.
Yes, sir. See you later, JJ. We found your replacement. Someone that can catch
JJ
and block, catch and block, both of those.
Hey, look, I think y'all kind of both hit it. Again, this is not no breaking electric type of news announcement. The whole Pascal sounding, again, in my opinion, that's a preseason body. I mean, we need to get some players out here that's going to push different people again. I'm still shocked why JJ is even still on the roster, but hopefully it's going to push people like Rager to hopefully become better. Hopefully we'll get the best out of him. But listen, look here. I understand what you're saying, Bird Gang, about the man catches everything. And listen, it seems like every receiver.
I think I only seen recorded one drop.
But that's the thing, though, Bird Gang. Every receiver usually has that stat before they get here. They catch everything. I mean, Nelson Aguilar was catching everything. Jason Rager was catching everything, apparently. Once they get to Philadelphia, all of a sudden they get the dropsy. So, again, I mean, it's a needed signing. We needed some kind of veteranship there. I mean, but I think he's like 27. I mean, he's been in the league for a little bit, so he's got the veteran presence, the most veteran presence of the wide receivers on the team. So it's definitely an upgrade. But hey, listen, don't act like this man ain't have issues not creating separation. So that's an issue we had. That's something we definitely, it's not moving the needle for me. I want somebody that can create separation, that can go up there, get 50-50 balls, can run good routes, things like that. Zach Pascal, I mean, yes, again, upgrade to what we have, to our sorry wide receiver unit as we speak. Because, again, anybody be out of Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins is an upgrade. So, again, I take it. But I'm not, again, this was not no celebrating breaking news. This did not come up on my alert screen. Again, it is what it is. I found out, of course, off of Twitter. So, look, again, I'm just to the point where I'm glad this team's at least addressed wide receiver, but we cannot be done yet. We still got work to do.
Yeah, I feel you. We need some another big receiver. But one thing I am noticing is I don't think, we heard the end of the season press conference with Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman. They both said straight up, Devontae Smith's our number one. He's going to be a legend in Philadelphia for what they speak on. Quez Watkins, they feel can be that number 2 receiver that we're looking for. This jump he made from year 1 to year 2 was dramatic. He went from not playing at all to being on the field. He had like 600-something yards. So we're hoping he makes that next jump. So if he's that legit number 2, a lot of these big name receivers, the only one that I seen was Devontae Adams to come back. Like we got Devontae Adams, that'd be all right. But then now you're pushing out Devontae Smith to that number 2 spot if you got a big name like that. So I don't think the Eagles brass is really willing to do that. I think they want to rock with Devontae Smith and make him our number 1 for years to come. And, a lot of these big name splash players, look at some of the receivers that we wanted to come over. These guys got paid fat, we don't got that kind of cash salary cap to pay any of those third and second receivers trying to give them first receiver money. Howie's definitely being stingy on that, which I also think is a smart move. And hey, this draft got some receivers. We talked about that before, like some of these receivers in this draft. Man, you can get your receiver in the first, second, third round that can come in and potentially put some points on the board for your offense. So, I think it was kind of a smart move. Like after Devontae went to the Raiders, after a couple of these other guys that we really wanted, Robinson went over to the Rams. You got Kirk went over to Jacksonville. Like after these moves were made, it's like you should have known that we're not getting no receiver. Juju, of course, I wanted Juju, but we couldn't get him. It wasn't in the cards. It wasn't in the cards to get Juju. He went over to KC with Big Red over there. So I think we're good. Pascal, what up, Philly Mike? How you doing, my guy?
Yes, sir.
I think the fact that we got Pascal, that's just a reliable target. Like you said, veteran receiver that can come in here. And guess what? He knows the Sirianni system. So it's not like he's going to be like a rookie or like another person from another team coming in and trying to figure things out. We can plug and play this guy. What I'm saying? He is 6'4". He does weigh 215. So he got some meat on him. What I'm saying? He's not these skinny twig guys that's running out there getting bullied at the line of scrimmage either. So the fact that he can run block, you don't have to use that for JJ being the reason why JJ's on our team anymore. So I hope to see JJ off the team this offseason sometime because we found his replacement. We got the 6'4", 215 run blocker in effect, but he also can catch the ball. I know early last year I watched a couple of these Colts games, man. Pascal made some nice catches. Like you look at the numbers when he's getting close to 600 yards, 700 yards, but only catching the ball like 40 times a year. That means he was making chunk plays. What I'm saying? That's what we need. We need that Jason Avant type guy. The guy that's not going to be your leading receiver, but definitely when the time is crucial, Jay Hurts can throw it up there deep to him. He'll make that play and come down with it.
Yeah, he's a hard worker too. He really is. I mean, like, if you look at his game and his performance, he really works at it. Nobody has anything bad to say about him, and I think he's a good choice just for a backup, not being the number one and being somebody who can also, like you guys said, maybe push JJ out. It's somebody who's seasoned, not somebody they'll have to build up. So I think that's important too.
And with Nick, he played his best ball. So, you got your coach back. The coach that knows how to use you the best.
You look at somebody like Pascal, right? Like who had, his year was okay. I think in 2020. Then last year he had Carson Wentz throwing it to him, right? So again, you got to look at the context of things. That whole, the Colts. Listen, they were pretty competitive for the most part until the end of the, they had a meltdown at the end of the season. But at the same time, I can't get past. Listen, separation is an issue. This man's gonna have to create some kind of separation. I think at least to, challenge these wide receivers here, because we saw it time and time again last year. Our wide receivers were having challenges with getting separation. So listen, again, this did not move the mark for me. I get that, something had to be done at wide receivers. Somebody's got to challenge and push these wide, these young wide receivers we currently got. But Zach Pascal honestly did not move the mark for me. I wanted to correct this real quick, BG, because listen, before free agency, I know before this started, my brother, you were saying we needed to go out here and spend. We needed to go ahead and get these big name wide receivers.
I wanted them.
Now you saying that you content. Oh, no. Hold on a minute. Time out.
Hey, I watched the chips lay. The chips were laid on the table, my guy. Okay, so I might have wanted all of that. But now that the chips are on the table, we ain't getting none of that. And like a big deal was like everybody was getting hyped, like especially me too. At the end of the season, I'm like, man, we're about to have $40-50 million to spend. We're about to go on a frenzy here, go shopping. But then re-signing the guys that we re-signed last year, all that money came on, and then I started seeing that cap number not get up to that 50, that 30, 40, $50 million mark. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to be a little conservative. Like I still feel like we could have probably picked up, one of these guys. I know how we did have the what's that dude's name from Atlanta? What's the receiver?
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley. We had his contract all set up and ready to go until he made a bonehead mistake and got caught gambling using his own account like a deepity. Unbelievable. Like how you do that? You're a rich guy. You done gave up a $5,000, FanDuel for a $10 million contract, guy. You need to get it right. But that would have been like a nice piece to add on to the squad if we were to get them. But I just see the names come off the board. When the names come off the board, you gotta just roll with what you can roll with. Like I said, there's still a lot of good receivers inside of this draft, and you never know what team picks up one of these good receivers and releases their receivers. Howie's better with the second and third wave of free agency anyway. So let's see what happens. It's not completely over. There could still be a trade. We got a long way before week one. How we like to will and deal. So I think we just chill out. And I kind of like the approach. I wanted it hot and heavy, but like you see, man, I didn't want to pay none of these guys. And I mean none of these guys that money. I would have not gave Christian Kirk $40 million. He's not that, he's not all that.
Bro, you said pay them though. You said they needed to get paid. We needed to go get,
I'm talking about
Allen Robinson. I heard the Allen Robinson.
$20 million for these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been paying them to me.
Exactly. Hey, that's honestly, again, this is why I'm honest. I'm content with the things that, how he's doing right now, getting players on discounts. Again, Zach Pascal, yes, that's a straight Nick Sirianni signing. We know he's familiar with the Colts program. He's going to come over here and do apparently the dirty work that, Jay Jaw couldn't do. So I get that. But again, this is how he's approached. He's not going to go out here splurging first day of free agency unless there's somebody that's going to come on a discount, which Hassan Reddick, which again, yes, we're going to talk about that. Yes, that man came on a discount. I'm sure he could have commanded a lot more money than what he got here. So how he's going to do his weaseling, his dazzling, and again, it ain't working on some of these high-profile receivers, and I'm glad it didn't because I'm not overpaying for none of that. So again, I stand on it. I think we need to address this draft. Like my man, what is it? My man, hold on. What do he say here? My man, Dizzle here. What do he say?
Oh, Dizzle.
Now we have to hit with 4 players in this draft. And listen, we got 3 first-round draft picks. I expect all hits, at least, if we're even picking those. Because I honestly don't think we picking 3. But, yeah, we got to hit, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, and we need to use all 4. The 3 in the first round and that second, we need to use them. If you're building a football team, you're building them with talent, real talent, man. There's nothing better than getting what? If we use the second round, that's going to be, if you look at the 4 out of the top 50, 4 out of the top 48. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do that and lock that in. Woo! You got 4 starters, at least 3 at a major contributor. You know what I'm saying? With that 4th person. So, how we need to use that? I know a lot of people want to trade one of them picks back in case Jalen Hurts don't make it. He's not the guy. We can go get our quarterback. But, guys, guess what? You always can just package another first round from the year after with your first round from next year. Because if he's not the guy, we're definitely going to be, in the 10 to 20 range. And then, your next first round for the following year will get you up far enough to get your quarterback. So, build your team like you say you want to do. I want to see it.
Absolutely. So, hey, again, I kind of want to get your thoughts real quick on this Hassan Reddick signing, just a little more in depth. Because, again, listen, I know that this man came from, what was it? The Cardinals had a 10-plus, 11 sacks that year? Not really sure. He might have had 12.
23 in the last couple of years.
Yeah, last couple of years, about 23 sacks, 10-plus each season. That's an impact signing. And, again, look, Howie Roseman, that is so a Howie Roseman signing that, again, that's why I'm not panicked with what we're doing so far. Because, again, if we're not finding players at a discount that's adding production, hey, we don't need to be reaching for it. So, again, I like the Hassan Reddick move. I think he could be used multiple ways. We're going to really find out this year if Gannon's scheme is it or not, because I'm still not a believer in the scheme that we're running. I'm just going to be frank with y'all. I need convincing this year. But at the same time, Hassan Reddick, look, that man is definitely upgrading Derek Barnett. I don't know why he's still on the team. I don't know how BG is going to bounce back. So I love this signing. I love the Reddick signing. I can't speak on that enough. We need to address this defense, and I'm glad we're taking that approach.
Yeah. You want to go, Nick? Or you good?
You go for it.
Okay, I go for it. Okay, Hassan Reddick. Last year, the Eagles, we played a lot of the 5-2, right? And it was more sparingly with that Avery. Avery came off the end at that outside linebacker, you know what I'm saying? And we did sparingly. But I see Reddick, he is still young. He's explosive. He can get after the quarterback, as you said. I see Reddick as being that guy that we're going to start playing more of the 5-2 this year, and having your 2 linebackers. So, it's definitely an upgrade. We wanted the front 4 to do it. Now you don't have to worry about them doing it alone. You're going to still have Josh Sweat that need to come earn some more of that money. Yeah, you had 8.5 sacks, but let's see you get to that 10 mark. I need to see some double-digit sacks from you. BG, we're not sure exactly what BG we're going to get back. Hopefully it is, a last stand. Go out there and put it all on the field, BG, and he produces the numbers that he normally does. The BG, I think he only went double-digit sacks like 1 year. But, he still is a great football player. He can stop the run. He still gets out to the quarterback, strips, sack, fumbles, and things like that. So, I like to pick up a lot. I think we talked about it when we talked about the linebackers. This is definitely one of the linebackers I wanted to get on here. I still have my saying that there's a couple of other ones I would have brought over too. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a Chandler Jones type guy coming over here or something like that. But, it's the first step in the right direction. With the guys we have, how many guys we got? We got Sweat. We got Fletcher Cox back on the 1-year deal. We got Hargrave. We got Milton Williams. You know what I'm saying? We got some nice young defensive linemen and some older ones too. But to add some in the draft will definitely finish up this defensive line. I think we'd be set.
Hey guys, I see somebody asking me what I have to say. I think I agree with both of y'all. It's the same step in the right direction. It's good to see attention here. I thought he's pretty cool, like just tapping in on Twitter all nonchalant, like, oh, what should my number be? He seems like he's pretty excited and revved up about it too. I think he'll be a great added player for us. And it just looks like that was a good decision based out of everything that's happened this week, or I guess last week even.
Yeah. And plus, like you said, he is a Temple Owl. You know, I already see him up at Temple making speeches inside of his Eagles hat, like he's been here all his life talking. So, you know, talking to the young kids at school, you know what I'm saying, with his Eagle gear on. So I was like, oh, look at his son making his march early, you know, and that's something too that people can't overlook. Like, you see how good he did in Arizona. You see how good he did with the Panthers, who suck, you know, and you still putting double-digit sacks over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, to see what you did away from home. You know, one of his biggest things why he came here, yes, he probably could have got more money somewhere else, but he wanted to come back home. He was tired of his family not being able to watch his games, you know, as many of his family and friends not being able to watch the game. So now you're back home where all of them can come to every single home game, support you like they should be. I think we might even see an even better version of Hassan Reddick on the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? You might see him get to 15 sacks. You know, people don't realize that the best pass rushers in the league get close to 20 sacks in a year. So, you know, like, that's real talk. Like, all the sack leaders, you look at the Watsons, the Bosas, those guys getting 15, 16, 17 sacks in a season. So, you know, I know we get all glamour when we hit a double digit, but hey, it's time to step it up. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, his best football has not been played. And I think being back at home, you might see that best football come out. And if he becomes one of them 15 sacker guys, we definitely came up.
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, though, who was the last 10-plus sack person that we had on the Eagles roster? Who was it? That's terrible. Don't nobody even know up here. Let us know in the chat, because I don't even know.
Now.
I don't even think BG hit a 10-plus sack season.
And I thought it was BG, but then they said he only got 9.5 sacks. So
yeah, I don't think he hit
that
the
Pro
10
Bowl
mark.
year.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, somebody throw it in the chat. Dang. If y'all know who the last Eagles defensive lineman, it don't even matter who got 10
Fletcher
sacks in the season.
Even
I don't even believe so. Fletcher might have. I don't know, but I
know.
I don't think no. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So
wow, yeah, that was a good question though. So now you got me on pause on here.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, think about it. When's the last time we had that kind of production? I mean, yes, this is a valuable signing.
We had 63 sacks. No one had double digit.
Bruh. Now tell me who it was. Who was it? I'm going to have to look it up because I don't even know. I might have to educate myself.
I think with our rotation, we just had a rotation where everybody had like between like 7 and 9 sacks. You know, we had a couple of those guys on there. But, man, that's a good one. That's because I can't. I'm like, my brain is saying blank. No one had double-digit sacks for the Eagles.
That's sad, bro. That's sad. My man said Hugh Douglas.
Woo.
God dang.
Wow.
Hey, look. If
Hugh was a long time ago.
Oof.
That's a long time ago. Hugh Douglas. That's before the Trent Cole era. Did Trent ever get double-digit sacks?
Yeah, I think
Trent did get 10. I thought
might have been 9.5. In 2019, that's not.
BG got it in. He hit 10. All right, I'm gonna have to.
Well, that was the year we had the 63 sacks. I figured one of them had it, but when I said that on somebody else's podcast, they were like, you know, he only had 9.5 sacks that year. So I was like, oh, maybe he didn't get 10. But yeah.
Hey, yeah, now again, that just shows you right there the need for some kind of pressure on the ends. We haven't seen that. So again, you gotta if you love defense, you have to love this kind of a signing. And that's just where I'm gonna lead at. Again, that's a how we move. I expect for him to do the bargain discount shop, and I'm glad Reddick wanted to come home. That's the only way that worked. And hopefully we get a 10-plus, sack type of a season from him. But if we run in the same soft zone, this cover scheme that we was running last year, I ain't gonna be shocked if Hassan Reddick's product dips and we get Gannon up out of here. So we're going to find out if it's fake or not, if he's really that kind of a pass rusher.
But I think even with the soft zone, he said Jason Babbitt had it in 2011. That's when he went to the Pro Bowl for us. I remember he came over from the Titans. But, yeah, that's a long time ago anyway. But, with the soft zone thing, right, the pressure was because you put it all on the front foot, right? With Hassan Reddick, we're going to be having the fifth guy in that line, which I think that's definitely going to help our defensive linemen be able to put a lot more pressure on. Because now, you got Reddick and Sweat or Reddick and BG on one side. You know what I'm saying? Now you got an extra body out there. So these guys definitely should get back home. Like, our sack total should definitely come up a lot more this year with Reddick coming out there. Because I don't think you're going to see him too much in that traditional off-the-ball linebacker position. I think you're just going to see him on the edge. Because even Reddick, when he was playing normal linebacker, those stats weren't as high. It's when they made him a full-time pass rusher. Is when you start seeing him come up with these double-digit stats. And I think that's how the Eagles should deploy him in this defense. It was a part-time position last year. But I think this year it becomes more of a full-time position. How do you feel about the other signings we got? Let's talk about some moves that Howie made. Cutting Fletcher Cox, bringing Fletcher Cox back a day later, and saving us all that dead cap money, man. That, to me, was a genius move by Howie Roseman. You know what I'm saying? Being able to save us $18 million, taking a cap hit from $40 million to $12 million, like adding an extra $2 million down to our cap this year. Like everybody knew Fletcher was on a deal that he wasn't, playing. Like he wasn't playing good enough to make that kind of money. And Howie kind of brought that number down. Do you think, like I heard you say before, you think Howie's bringing it down to trade Fletch? Or do you think this is a proven year for Fletcher Cox? If you want to continue, because I think he's towards the end of his career. I don't think he's going to be playing football for too much longer, Yeah. And if he can go out there and say it's a win-win for us, because if he goes out there and he gets freaking, his numbers back skyrocket. You see Fletcher get like 7 sacks. He's putting out, stopping the run, doing the things that we know Fletcher Cox can do. Now you're looking at an extension again for another 2-3 years, on your contract. But if he doesn't, he goes out there and play the same last 2 seasons Fletcher Cox role that he's been playing. And I can totally see Eagles parting ways with him, and they won't cost him no money.
Yeah, what you got on there, Nikki? How you feeling about the Fletch business?
I think it's more of like this is probably getting towards the end of his career, and we're just seeing if you do want to play, this is kind of where you deserve to be. I think that coupled with the Slay reconstruction contract were both good moves on his part. I was actually surprised to see that. And like BIRDGANG said, it is going to save us some money. And Fletch is good, though. He's been solid, but it is starting to get to the end of his career. I can't remember how old he is, though, for the life of me.
I want to say Fletch is 32?
He's 30-something. Yeah, I was early 30s. Yeah.
He's been playing for a while.
It feels like he's been playing forever, honestly.
Fletch is currently 31.
31, yeah.
31.
31.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
so we had Trent Cole with 11 sacks, Jason Babbitt for 18 sacks, and Connor Ballren and 14 and a half sacks. Yeah. Still, when's the most recent?
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. That's all I'm saying. We couldn't even remember that. We got to remember this is pre-Super Bowl era. So
I forgot all about Connor Ballren and Jason Babbitt.
Post Super Bowl era, I don't think we've seen it. That's all I'm saying. We ain't seen none of no stats post Super Bowl era. But
it's gonna be good. Go ahead.
Fletcher Cox, man. No, I'm just saying the Fletcher Cox, the cut at the time, I didn't understand it. It took me a minute to process it, but it makes sense, now that how we got everything that he gotten tack with it. Pretty much what lowered his payments down. I guess what was it, the 14 mil instead of the 16? So save the cap. But just like y'all said, I'm not gonna be shocked if Fletcher Cox is traded this year, mid-season at some point. So look, It is what it is. We watching a legend at the end of his career, and Father Time's gonna catch up with all these players. So Fletcher Cox ain't no different. I'm saying get some trade value for him. I ain't gonna be shocked again if we trade him mid-season. Get at least a third for Fletcher Cox. That's what I'm asking for.
I heard that a lot of the reason why we couldn't trade him was because that dead money hit and that contract. Now that you restructured it, I could see him even being a draft day trade. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Eagles want to move back in the second. Hey, we give you our third and Fletcher Cox. Let's get back in there and get one of these players.
Draft day trade. I still think
that really wants them. I think if Davis is sitting there at 15, you need to go pull the trigger. I know a lot of people say in college he took plays off. Everybody in college take plays off. But a guy 340 pounds, 350 pounds, running a 4.8 40, you got to put him on your team. That's the kind of numbers that you're looking at Fletcher Cox, Aaron Donald when they're coming out of the draft. The guy's a monster, and he definitely a plug step in right for Fletcher Cox and be that run stopper. You know what I'm saying? And then you let what's his name? You let Hargraves go get the quarterback for the defensive tackle spot.
Oh, it was Fletcher Cox in 2018? Had over 10 sacks. Wow.
Yeah, he's at 10.5 and 18. Yeah, because I think that's what made it so bad. Because in 19 and 20, the last 2 years, he just dipped. What he had last year, 3 sacks.
Yeah, he had 10 and a half and 18. So, I mean, yeah, like we've been seeing a decline. I mean, from 18 and he went to 5.5. You know, he bounced back in 15. I mean, he had a 9.5 sack season, but I mean, not in 15. And no, my apologies. In 19, I'm sorry, he had 3.5, 6.5, and then back to 3.5. That is, we watching the decline, fellas. That's just what that is.
Yeah, man. And no more of the days where you can say, "Oh, the best 2 in the league is Aaron Donald and Fletcher Cox." You know, Aaron the best sacking DT and Fletcher the best run stopper. So, but he still run. You know, he still does play the run pretty good. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta give him his credit for that. You gotta give him his credit for that.
Valuable to this team and to this D line right now to just get rid of him. This team is not better right now. If we get rid of Fletcher Cox, the Eagles, in my opinion, the D line's worse. That's just what it is. So I don't think we're ready.
Get a Corey Davis.
I mean, we can have both of them, but why we got to trade Fletch for what? So yes, I said. You think they will?
I don't think they're going to trade Fletch. I really do think it's just kind of like a nice thing. It's just kind of like when Mark Ingram moved to the Saints, and you're like, oh, he's just going to kind of finish out his career there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love those things. And retire the Eagle. You know what I'm saying?
I think he will.
He'll be 32. You know, how many more years you still want to play? You know, you're starting to see football players retire a lot earlier than they normally do, you know, than time before. So he got the money. He got the bag already. Fletcher got paid a lot of money on our team. So he can go and hang it up and go, but get back to hunting and all those other fun things he likes to do. So hang out in Mississippi. Mississippi. But yeah, let's go. Who else we re-signed? We re-signed. How do you guys feel about the other 2 re-signings? Let's start with Boston Scott. Are you happy about Boston Scott?
I am. I mean, he hasn't been a problem on the team. I feel like that was a clear good one. Like last year, he had like one bad play that was just really cost us anything. But other than that, I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah.
I feel like Notion's going to disagree with me.
Nah, definitely. I got to agree with you. I think that was a smart sign. And listen, Boston Scott's been working his tail off since he's been here. So, look, I like hard work, determination. Again, he's like the little underdog, you know, look like Mighty Mouse on the field out there. But that man is quick. And I'm going to tell you what, soon as he gets the ball in his hands, I mean, what game was that he was driving it? I think we were playing, was it the Giants game?
No, the game after the Giants. So who we play after the Giants? We play Washington.
I forgot, but we was running. We was driving the ball, possibly making a comeback for whatever reason. He fumbled the ball. And, like, listen, I mean, I get things happen sometimes, but a lot of people kind of went down on him, like, you know, like he was the cost or the reason for that. But Boston Scott, all he does is get touchdowns. This man is the New York Giants killer for a reason. So, oh, yeah, that's an absolute must. We got to bring that back. We got to see the Giants twice a year anyway, so they need the reminder anyway. So, again, I'm all about Boston Scott. I like his hard work. Again, he wasn't really – I still think he's doubted now, but honestly, he's probably I ain't going to say the second. He's probably up there with Kenneth Gainwell with second best running back on this team. I'll give him that. So, I like it. I like the signing. We still need to address some power in this thing, but I love me some Boston Scott. So, yeah, I salute the signing.
Yeah, I was on the fence about it. Like I said, I knew one of them was going to be resigned. I wanted him over Howard because I'm thinking Howard's time in Philly is done. You know, 2 stingers back to back costing you weeks after weeks of not being able to get out of it. So Boston Scott, like I said, he's a good running back. Like I still think we need to upgrade the position, get a better number 2 in there. I was on board for Leonard Fournette, but I see he got signed today back. He went back home at Tampa Bay with Tom Brady over there since Tom Brady came out of retirement, which is a smart business decision, for him. But we still need to address it. But like this draft, like you said, we got some nice ballers in this draft. The Isaiah Spillers, the Walker the Third, the Cooks from Georgia. There's some nice guys out there. And as long as they're not going first round, they're gonna go second, third, in that range. So as long as we go pick up one of these guys, maybe second or third round, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
But,
okay.
What about the other one though? Anthony Harris at safety.
I mean, he's kind of like the oldest one, I think. They're the one that's been the most seasoned for our safety. It makes sense. I mean, he's kind of shows more of a leadership position there. But, I mean, I feel like he just gets the job done. He's nothing to write home about.
I agree, Nikki. Same thing. Look, again, I mean, this was just a safe signing. I mean, we had to do something at safety, so Anthony Harris, he's familiar with the system. He'll get another year in Gannon's scheme. I mean, bring back some familiarity. We don't even know if we're signing McLeod back. I don't know if he's walking what the deal is. I'm not opposed to bringing McLeod back either. Again, our safeties, honestly, were not the issue of this team last year. So we can get by, in my opinion, with, having Harris and McLeod back there to say that this team, are we all of a sudden better at the safety? Absolutely not. We got the same exact, we got Harris back. Good for him. So, again, I know he's not back there looking at least like Kayvon Wallace or, what. We didn't have some struggles at safeties for whatever reason, but it is what it is. He ain't no Brian Dawkins. He ain't even close to no Malcolm Jenkins. He ain't even close to McLeod, in my opinion. But at the same time, to have a veteran presence back there, somebody familiar with the system, I encourage the signing also. Wasn't no breaker, none of that. Bring Harris back. Let's run it back. We'll see what we can do. But we still need to be looking to upgrade this position. Y'all already know I've been kicking it since day one. Give me some Kyle Hamilton. I hope this man slips in the draft because I want him in the first round.
Yeah, that's gonna be a wishful thinking there. No, I don't think that guy's slipping that far. These mock drafts are going, man. He's going. I said, remember we were doing him, man. He's going first and second pick overall. Know. I'm like, wow. I don't think he's going that high, but he's definitely going to not get out of the top 10 for sure. We have to get up there to go get him. The Harris thing, though, I feel a little different about that. I think it's a good signing to the point where it's like last year. It was his first year, right? He was kind of familiar with it. I think early in the season he got hurt. So then he was kind of playing that hurt catch-up game the rest of the season. But you've seen the last 4 games of the season that he played, man. He played some good football. He was making hits. He was making, I think he got a couple of picks, or at least one for sure. And he was actually becoming a force back there at that safety spot. And if Harris can get back to his old Harris, this guy was a Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? This is not, he led the NFL in interceptions just 3 years ago. So, if he can get it all back, I think a lot of it was just the injuries his first year. But if he can come into this season healthy, on the right track, then I think that's be a huge pickup. Because now you're going year 2. You got another coach, a guy that knows the system to help coach up these young guys. And plus, we definitely need to draft another safety in this draft. So there's some good ones in there, too, as well. I would like to see the Honey Badger come to Philly. Because I know he's visiting Philly right now. And I don't know if he's out of Philly yet, but if I was Howie, I don't let the man leave Philadelphia without a contract. I know he's on vacation. Go interrupt that vacation if you got to. I see you at dinner with Pickett, but Nick, you need to go to dinner with Honey Badger before he leaves Philadelphia, because that is definitely a move I would definitely make. I'll give Honey Badger the money he wants.
Oh, you giving him the money he wants, BIRDGANG. Hey, look. You said that again about Allen Robinson, about, hey, look. I'm not giving Matthew what he wants.
A safety not giving receiver money. You can give Honey Badger a $15 million contract. You know what I'm saying? That's a good 2-year deal, $15 million, something like that. He's not no receiver. Receivers get bags. Quarterbacks get bags. Safeties, they don't get bags like that.
Now you got Darius Slay talking about he needs to learn how to run routes. So
I seen him. I seen that. He's like, man, I need to learn how to run some routes, because they get the bag out there. And we seen him come at the end of the season. He played some receiver where he didn't get the ball thrown to him, but he played and he was a decoy inside of there. So maybe we see some Darius Slay trying to pull off the prime time effect this year in Philadelphia. I don't know if I want him playing offense though. What happens if you get hurt on offense? You just messed up our defense. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Wow. Yeah, I think we picked up. Those are all the free agent moves. Like we talked about the Darius Slay getting, restructuring his contract to free up $12 million for us. That was a great move. How we seem to be making moves. I want to give y'all take. Let's forget about the botch on Rager, the botch on Barnett, and let's just talk about the more current Howie Roseman. Last year's draft, we got rated. I just seen the NFL today. They rated the Eagles draft class 9th out of the league. That's pretty good, to be 9th. That's top 10 in terms of draft classes that came out last year. He got to prove it again this year. But I really think Howie Roseman's been doing a good job ever since 2 years ago. I think he's kind of been getting on the right track. He's starting to learn from his mistakes. It's all a process. You got to learn from your mistakes. You got to make those mistakes first. And I think Howie's on that right track of being a good GM again. In 2017 was GM of the year, and I feel like he's kind of pushing towards that again right now because he knows the fans hate him. If anybody knows that he sees the memes out there. He sees all the comments and posts, and he probably get how he posts on this Twitter every day. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say, I think Howie's doing a great job, and as long as he doesn't mess this draft up. And maybe pick up at least another free agent that's worth something. Like you said, Pascal's not really, I understand the move, but it wasn't a big-time move. I wanted another big-time player added to our team, regardless on where you get him from, what position, and whatnot. So
I'll let you take it next real quick, Nikki. I got some things to say, so you already know how I'm getting down, but go ahead, Nikki.
I know you're about to snatch his wig, but I'm glad to see some moves, but I feel like Philly's notion's probably going to go out here and say this, but I would like to see more aggressiveness in BIRDGANG. I feel like you feel the same way of throwing the bag at people. There's just some things we could see better. I feel like the moves we have seen so far are good, but they're not fantastic. They're not earth-shaking moves. They're just kind of safe and solid, or just what seems like what was easiest. So I'll let Philly Notion take it.
Indeed. Look, I'm not going to sit here and bash Howie right now because, again, this is still a process, that we're watching. And I'm okay. I said that before we, when we started this. I don't want Howie Roseman going up in this free agency, splurging, giving players all this money. I don't want that. So I'm okay with that. But for you to come up here and tell me to forget that this man botched the whole, Jalen Reagor situation, botched the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside situation. Oh, no, that ain't sliding. He's still on the hook for all of that. And the evaluation continues because, again, we got the risk he made with Jalen Hurts, brother. We are in this situation right now because of that risk. And we're going to find out this year.
It's going to pan out.
That risk is paid out. Exactly. So until I see that, again, I'm not overinflating nothing how he's doing until I see the final results. Because right now, again, from what I'm seeing, yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like we're taking the best approach, but that can go left at any point. I already know how he gets down. So again, he didn't already got himself a 3-year extension. I don't know how that worked in a evaluation final year. That's some Howie Roseman weaselness for you right there. But at the same time, hey, look, I'm not forgetting all this stuff that that he put us in this situation that we're in now. So again, this all boils down to Jalen.
Fair play, and those two botches. Barnett, right? Barnett. They say it's a botch, right? But the dude had 16, 17 sacks in college. He was supposed to do it, right? You got JJ, right? And JJ is a huge botch too. But to that, you watch JJ Stanford highlights. You seen JJ putting up touchdowns and putting up, big yards and big touchdowns for Stanford. And we needed a big body receiver at the time because Alshon was getting old. So it's so we could have went somewhere else, but we made that selection. And even a Rager. Rager was a TCU star. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, not too many stars come out of TCU all the time. And he was definitely one of them that come out of there. Now, I really feel like the end of it might not even be the end of Rager. Like, he really just needs to get out of his own way. That's an all mental thing. Like, the athleticism's there. Like, he can catch, he can make plays when he needs to, but he's too mentally beaten right now, and by himself to even, perform good on the field. So if we can get him out of that mind frame, I don't know, take him out, make him smoke some trees or something, get a little lifted, from time to time, let him pass a drug test or something like that. I think he can do it because he needs some counseling. Maybe Dr. Phil can help him. Maybe go get Dr. Phil to come in for a session with him for like a monthly session before the season starts, because really he's the only thing getting in his way right now. I feel like his career can go skyrocket. He can earn that number one. Like, he has the athleticism to be a number one receiver in his league. He just got baby. He thought the Eagles brought him in to be the guy. Then the next year you go draft Devontae Smith. Oh, what? You picking somebody else over me? I thought I was the guy. Well, you're not playing like the guy, so we're going to go get somebody else. And I feel like, that's just the NFL itself. You got to keep going until, it doesn't matter who they bring in. If you're number one, you feel like you're the number one receiver, you're going to play like it. You're going to, show why you are the number one. There's no freaking passes around here. This is a pros. You get paid $1 million to play a football game. Stop being such a baby and get out there and play some football, because we've seen some flashes of Rager. Rager's had some flashes last year. He had some flashes the first year, what I'm saying? But that was quick flashes, like like blinker, ding, 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 and then it's gone. It's like, what happened? What happened, So I think Rager just need to get out of his own way. And who knows, if we keep him to have, I think it's because the coaches see the talent. They know in practice, where the pressure's not as heavy. You see them. We all watched it this offseason. Last offseason when Rager was the one-handed catches over C.J. Jackson in New England practice against New England. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, Rager's back. Rager's going to do some big things. And then the season came around, he didn't do nothing. So, Rager just got to get out of his own way, and we'll see what happens.
I'm going to keep it simple with Rager because, again, I'm not denying that he's shown flashes. He has the talent. But I saw an interview. I think it was something, and I believe it was his dad. But I think it was like at his draft day or something like that. But his dad or somebody came out there pretty much and said, Jalen Rager, once he's out there having fun, I mean, he's at his best. He had no fun in Philly last year. I'm going to tell you that right now. We saw that clearly. This man, was getting booed, for dropping catches, things like that. That messes up your mental. You're no longer having fun when the fans and everybody else, is ripping down your neck about, you having no hands in this and that. So, honestly, I don't think it's a talent issue. At the end of the day, I think he's going to need a new change of scenery. Unless there's something that could jolt this man this year to have some fun, go out there and let it play. We're going to see this again from Rager. Because, again, if he ain't having fun, we've seen it. He's going to mentally check out. So, again.
And then Carson went, and now he got traded again. So,
Carson's a different type of mental, which, go ahead and open the doors of that because, I got some things I got to say about Carson. I got to make my.
Well, go ahead and rip it out there.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's hear about new Captain Carson.
Hey, look. So first and foremost, again, we all know Carson went off to the commanders, whatever you want to call them at this point in time. I really don't care. But at the same time, listen. I'm not even going to sit up here and act like I could wish this man the best. I had somebody ask me the other day, and actually, hold up, because I got quite a few of them over here, as y'all can see here. So we about to go through this long, lengthy process.
Wow.
All
this
these
guy Carson up over there.
Oh yeah. We doing it over here, right? So this is quite a bit over here, right now in the Wentz apparel. So somebody asked me if I would burn my Wentz jersey. And I said, hell nah. And I'm going to tell y'all why I said that. Because, again, I'm not burning nothing that I paid for. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. But this man stuff has went from, of course, me wearing it, supporting this man, Carson Wentz, sticking by his side through all of this nonsense, then, of course, him quitting on the team. We saw how he acted up. It is what it is. Ended up Look, again, quit on the team. I just want to leave it at that. So this man's stuff next went into my closet. All stuff back of the closet. Now you mean to tell me this man has went to the Washington team, and now I wish nothing but bad things for Carson Wentz. As sad as that is, bro. Like I really, when he plays the Philadelphia Eagles, I hope Hassan Reddick, I hope Josh Sweat, I hope Brandon Graham, I hope they all run through Carson, light him up this year. Dude. I don't wish nothing good for Carson when he plays us. I hope that he goes 0 for 40 in passing attempts, and I hope he throws 9 interceptions against us. Again, at this point, I don't even know how to feel about Carson, but all his stuff's going in a box. Listen, I know y'all saw. I had a bunch of previous videos I made. Again, excuse me, y'all, because I gotta go away with this. But as y'all can see, I had a bobblehead once upon a time that fell off my rack, and now it is what it is. Like, I don't even care about, just look. It's going in the trash. That's going in the trash bag. But again, I got a lot of Carson gear right now that I'm just sick of looking at. So it's box season for Carson. Again, can't even wish this man a good season this year because I hope he fails in Washington. But that's where I'm at. And again, I know it wasn't no choice of Carson, but I'm making it his choice because he decided to quit in Philly. So from this point on, I wish nothing but Carson. I hope you get smacked every time that you play the Philadelphia Eagles, and I hope you fail out there in Washington. So again, that's my piece with that. I'm moving on from Carson. Again, I know he helped get us one of these, but at the same time, now you playing with the op. Nope, can't have it, not having it, but no, I'm not burning no jerseys. So let's get that out there.
Yeah, I keep the jersey like on the couch. It's a nice spot for him, right in the middle where you don't really see it very often. But this is a Super Bowl Carson, and he didn't even play the Super Bowl. But, I got on a good deal the year after. I'm like, yeah, it's so sad because he didn't play.
Man, Joey said burn it.
Joey's like, burn it to the ground.
I can't. Hey, look, if some random gear just showed up just magically, of course, if it's some Dallas, Washington, even if it just showed up miraculously, yeah, I might consider burning something like that. But if I'm swiping my card, oh no, I'm not burning nothing, brother. I'm gonna take
your
right
Dallas
now.
Gear that you wore this year.
Yeah, I sent that off. That was okay. We all know Notion lost a bet this past season.
Yeah,
because it is what it is. Dallas had a better record than us. But as soon as I was done with that misery tour I had to go on, I sent that stuff up out the same day. So that's where I was at with it. Again, I ain't gonna burn the stuff because I bought it. But at the same time, Carson, I can't wish this man no kind of, my man said, don't be salty. What Granger said, don't be salty. Don't be salty. Yeah, brother, I'm filled with nothing but salt on the Carson business. So that's where I'm at with it.
How many wins you think Carson's going to get this year?
It's scary, bro, because I honestly think he's going to, me being honest right now, he's going to be on a revenge tour himself. And he's probably going to beat us one of them games. So I'm going to let Nikki go ahead and speak off what you might think how the season might go. But I'm going to give y'all that break. I think Carson might clip us once. I got a feeling, unfortunately.
I guess I'm astounded at how well he did with the Colts, like in the beginning of the season. But they have a stacked team besides him. So I got to attribute that to, like, mostly Jonathan Taylor, for example, just being an absolute beast and, like, the biggest but fastest and, like, most mechanical running back. But I don't know. Carson, like, I'm just not a fan of him for what he did to the Eagles, for one, and for two, I just don't see him as like that strong of a quarterback, so I'm hoping he doesn't have a good season too. Not like hoping, but I just assume he probably won't. I won't wish anything bad upon him. I'll let Notion do that for us all.
Yeah, from game day, it's on. Red jersey off. Let's go.
I think that's what you don't have to wish nothing bad. Carson will put it on himself.
He's doing it to himself. Bad karma, bad playing.
Yeah, he's not mentally strong, man. And
0 passing completions.
You go over there, and now you have the Commanders thinking you're about to do this revenge tour. And I will agree with Notion. Every player that left our team and went to Washington have lit us up. When McNabb came back, he lit us up. When D. Jackson went over there, he lit us up. When Trotter went over there, he lit us up. So I am a little bit worried about Carson lining us up at least one game. I feel like even if he lights us up, we're going to win the game. But it might be like, a nice game from Carson. But at the end of the day, man, Carson only winning on the arm of Carson, maybe like 4 games, 5 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see him going over there, lighting it up, resurrecting his career. If you went over to Frank Wright, the guy that made you play at MVP level, it made you play at MVP level, and you still couldn't get it right over there. I don't see the Commanders being that team that gets you back on that right track.
I mean, again, honestly speaking on this situation, I mean, Carson's going to be a problem out there on game day in Washington. It is what it is. But again, yes, of course, y'all know what I'm rooting. I'll be the one out there rooting, that Carson gets smacked on every play. That's cool. I'll take that. I'll own that. But at the same time, yes, I do think Washington, they're going to be a little more competitive than I think some may think. And no,
he's better than Heineke.
Absolutely. He's better than Heineke and Kyle Allen, whoever they got out there. Yeah. So that's an upgrade. We can't act like Carson going to Washington ain't an upgrade. But at the same time, look, they still got some other issues there. O-line, I think they lost a lot of pieces there. We already know Carson hangs on to the ball, looking for the big play too much. We saw it time and time over here. But at the same time, I think I'm going to be sick to my stomach. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. If the first game Washington comes to the link and Carson gets a dub, I think that's a fireable fence. I'm just saying, I think that's automatic. Coach got to go. Everybody got to go. Everybody got to get fired for letting Carson come back and lighten us up like that. Matter of fact, how we need to get fired after that game. So, look, no, I'm just playing. I don't think it's like that. But at the same time, I think it's going to be a little more scary than we're all anticipating. I'm not going to be shocked if maybe like a game when we go to their house, Carson might show up and do something. So I'm gonna give him that.
It's real talk on that, but at the time, I'm not even hating on Carson's skills as a quarterback. Like, I just feel like, mentally he got to be broken. You got the bag in Philly. At least a year later, we trading you off for a new piece. We send you home to your dad, the guy that made you who you were. And he doesn't even want you. Less than 1 year later, you're getting traded off again. Like, that has to mess with a guy's psyche. Carson's always had an awesome arm. I thought he had one of the better arms in the NFL. To be honest, when we first had him, especially in 2017, you watched the way he carved up the league. What was it, 2018 or 18, where he had like 4,000 yards and not a receiver over 500 yards? My guy, like, that's pretty good stuff. But ever since his mental psyche went down, man, I don't know, man. I'm really doubting that you can get more confident when you got traded less than a year. Like, we haven't even spun the draft picks that we got for Carson Wentz yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got traded before we even got anything from that trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got that first round this year draft. We're going to be picking that pick, and you already got traded away. Like, if you're the coach, you're probably feeling really bad. There's some bad management going on over there. You haven't even, you gave up this first round pick and they haven't even spun it yet. And you're already getting rid of the person you gave up that first round pick for.
Hey, look, all I know is their team, Ron Rivera, their coach right now, he's all in off of Carson. And again, I think we are going to get a redemption Carson this year. He's going to want to handle business every time he sees Philly this year. Please believe that. And again, I'm not going to take what he did with the Colts. I mean, they were just shy of making the playoffs last year. Ain't no telling what would have happened if they wouldn't have stunk it up against the Jags.
But the last 2 games, Carson stunk it up.
Yeah, no. He stunk it up when the pressure mattered. But again, it's different now. He's coming to the NFC East where he's familiar with a lot of these oppositions. I'm not going to be shocked again if Carson comes to his division making a little bit of noise. Now, I do expect for Jalen Hurts to put this man in his place and show him why he changed his number to the number 1 jersey and why I don't even know if Carson's got a jersey number yet. And if so, I need to go check on what that is. But yeah, regardless of that, I'm about tired of talking about Carson, honestly. Again, all this garbage right here is going in the box. I'm done looking at it in the closet. I'm done with the Carson movement. Y'all know where I'm at.
I will say that though. That's true. You know, Scary Terry is the best receiver Carson's probably ever played with.
True.
Wait, I don't know. He played with.
Yeah, facts. That's probably
He played with who?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick.
When did he play with D-Jax? No, D-Jax didn't play that year. He played. Never mind.
Yeah, nah. I mean, you got to give him that. Terry
Alshon,
McLaurin's actually about to get a
2017 Alshon. Is that really better than Scary Terry? Yeah, Scary Terry might be the best receiver he played with. Yeah, straight up. You know, you got a better weapon. But that offensive line's not better than the Colts. That offensive line not better than ours. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
You're gonna downgrade there. Running back wise, you had Jonathan Taylor, who's arguably one of the best running backs in the league. I can't put anybody over Henry. I don't care what happens. Henry's still the number one guy. But after Henry, Jonathan Taylor's sitting right there in your face, like the best running back in the league. So you're going to who? Who's the Washington running backs now? Gibson. Like your running game's not as awesome for sure. And after Scary Terry, who you got to throw the ball to? Curtis Samuels, who sucked last year. You know, Pat Sims or whatever Sims guy. I'm not too scared about the weapons they got there. Scary Terry's always going to be good. You know, he's just one of them good receivers, but he's not elite. He's really good. You know, like, I don't know. It is the best receiver he got, so I don't know. I think you need a little bit more than that. Because Michael Pittman played good last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got T.Y. Hilton. You know, T.Y. Hilton, old T.Y., but T.Y. is one of the GOATs in the league in terms of old school T.Y. And Michael Pittman's a nice guy.
Man, he's got people leaving. Now we got what? He declined Pascal's stats last year to the point now we're picking him up. So that lets you know what Carson's out there doing.
Yards 2 years in a row, then you get Carson, and now
then your stats decline once you get Carson. So Terry McLaurin, get ready for a non-statistical season this year because Carson's about to jack your stats up. That's what I hope.
And I want to know from you guys, give me what do you think the division is going to do? Who's going to come in the champions? Who's going to be second? Who's going to be third? Who's going to be fourth? Because I'm going to tell you mine. Eagles first, Jalen Hurts, MVP candidate, and you got Cowgirls, Commanders, and Giants. So Carson will get 2 wins next year for sure. I don't see the Giants beating anybody. I think anybody's going to sweep them.
Yeah.
Okay. What you got on that, Nikki? What's your order there?
Yeah, Giants last. I can agree with that. Eagles first for sure. I really hate to say the Cowgirls being second, but their team's okay, you know.
But they got worse too. So if Carson does have that season, people think he might have. They can squeak him.
I don't know. I don't really see that happening. They haven't been a team long enough either, and I feel like he just had to rebuild his whole basically trust with another team. He's gonna feel really weird about that going into this season. I don't know.
I gotta listen. Of course, I'm saying Eagles. We have a strong shot to win this division. I believe we're the best team right now, making the best moves in the offseason right now to at least strengthen our team. So again, I definitely think the Eagles got a strong shot to win this division this year. Second, I'm kind of torn because again, yeah, Dallas is still Dallas. Yeah, they lost some players, but again, they're still Dallas.
Because they're really big with Dallas.
I mean, they lost their biggest offensive. If you ask me, I think Cooper. Look, Coop meant a lot to that offensive unit. We saw Dak didn't look like Dak before he got Cooper. So once he got Cooper, then then he took off. So without Coop, we're gonna see how they're gonna adjust. So I can't sleep on Dallas. I'm not gonna be shocked if Washington gets second. I'm gonna stand on that right now. That's what I'm gonna say right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Eagles first. I'm gonna go Washington is gonna somehow get second. And Dallas, getting ready for that third spot, even though I think it's gonna be close. And the Giants, you already know they already comfy in the basement. So Giants is getting last place. I just don't see it from the Giants again. They all still got Daniel Jones. Y'all just signed Tyrod Taylor as a backup. Basuda. Y'all are straight garbage, and they're doing nothing this
What
year.
percentage do you think Daniel Jones make it to the end of the season as a starter? When do you think Tyrod Taylor's taking over?
When is Daniel Jones passing the torch? Bro, I say by at least what? Game
5.
You say week 5? I'm gonna give him week 6. I'm gonna give him week 6. If it ain't looking, on the right track in Giants land, they need to make the move for Tyrod Taylor. Just let it ride out. That's what they
the
need
trade
to do.
deadline's what, week 7 or week 8? So yeah, I trade him. So I'm thinking week 5. If he ain't putting out those numbers, he might be on that trading block. I don't know who's gonna trade for him. That's the next.
My man, hold up. I'm just checking some of these standings here. My man Kevin said Dallas 1, Washington 2, Philly 3, Giants, of course. Okay. All right. We gonna see, Kevin. You make sure you checking it back because we gonna find that out. We definitely gonna see
real fast. Yeah, Dallas not going back to back.
Division,
It hasn't been a back to back
fire.
since the Eagles did it, and I don't think no one else gonna do it but us. So the back to back thing, I don't think that's possible.
We gonna see, brother.
But yeah, man. Hey, man. We up at the 110. Shout out to everybody that's been through here, man. Much love to all you guys, man. Make sure you hit that like on all the channels. BGN Sports Media, Philly Notion, BIRDGANG 31. Go follow my girl, Nikki. She's dropping that fire. We couldn't do this without her. She's awesome. So make sure you're supporting all of us, hitting that likes on all the channels and whatnot. Hey, shout out to Cool Cat Building. How you doing, Cat Daddy in the building?
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? The host and the main guy on the best show on Monday nights, Birds of Broad Street. I'm putting the plug for you, Cool Cat. You know what I'm saying? Me, Philly Notion, Cool Cat, and One Trey Rizal. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do it without him. Hey, shout out to him because without that, I might not. We formed a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We formed a brotherhood from that show. And I really like that show. That's my Monday Kick It show, and I love it.
Sir.
So, make sure you guys will sub up Cool Cat Connors too. Great Eagles content creator. Hey, Cool Cat was just in front of the link doing a video. Like, I can't wait this year. I told you guys, I'm putting away tax money to make sure I go to Philly for a couple of weekends and be able to pull out some content over there in Philadelphia. That's going to be nice.
Sweet. You already know, man. Hey, listen. Y'all make sure, again, stay tuned on these movements. How we ain't done yet. Again, we still got some players out there. We got to address this draft here soon. What's it about? Got about a little over a month now. It was on 28th April. Whew, that is around the corner. So, yeah, we going to be bringing it to y'all, gang. Again, y'all have yourselves a safe and fantastic Tuesday night. Brought it to you on the late night. It's always fly, Eagles, fly. Y'all already know when. Until next time. Y'all know what it is. Gonna keep the notion. Yes, sir.